World Trade Organization or WTO. Need for formation of WTO. Failure of 8th round of GATT held in Uruguay at Punta del Este in 1986, known as Uruguay Round, gave birth to the new organization and a legal entity called as World Trade Organization or WTO. Once again, India became the founder member of the World Trade Organization also. Now let us see how WTO is supporting foreign trade. Unlike United Nations Organization or UNO, all members of World Trade Organization have equal voting and negotiating rights. It provides a framework for operations, implementation and administration of multilateral trade agreements. Objectives of WTO. Though the objectives of World Trade Organization are similar to GATT, they have wider scope and the powers to enforce its decisions. The objectives of WTO are: first, to help to remove or reduce barriers to international trade agreement with the member countries. Second, to achieve global economic development through optimum utilization of world resources. Third, to increase market share of developing countries through assistance in their development efforts. Fourth, to follow a non-discriminatory policy for all member countries. Fifth, to act as dispute settlement machinery as and when disputes arise between member countries. Functions of WTO. The WTO, being a legal entity, acts as an advisory as well as regulatory body. It performs several functions in order to control the international trading environment. They are: first, to guide the member countries in multilateral trade. Second, to handle dispute settlement with approval rules and procedures laid down by WTO. Third, to scrutinize regularly the national trading policies of member countries. Fourth, to implement multilateral trade agreements and legal instruments approved at the Uruguay Round. Fifth, to participate in global policy making by seeking help from International Monetary Fund or IMF and World Bank or IBRD as and when necessary. Effect of WTO regime at a glance. India was exporting over 3 times of our agricultural imports during pre-WTO period. India's imports and exports both increased during post-WTO period over pre-WTO period. According to a study by Dr. S.K. Dhage, during pre- and post-WTO period, India's imports grew faster than exports due to liberalization under WTO. The gap between the value of imports and exports is narrowing after the WTO regime started functioning. To summarize, India is constantly improving in global trade environment. It has contributed as founder member of GATT as well as WTO. Failure of GATT gave birth to WTO as a legal entity to develop and regulate global free trade environment.
Created using Powtoon.